morning. So the next question that was a part of this colt starting was after you have that first 6 months of just riding those babies. Get them out on the trail, track some cows. Just ride them in the arena. You can see if you've got a few buttons going and mainly straight work and transitions, like I said. But so now you want to finish their basics before you put them on the pattern. And that's what I want to try to address now. It's really important before you ever go around those barrels that you've got some foundation on these horses. The more fancy broke, the easier the pattern's going to be for them. So things that come to mind is having them broke in the face, laterally and vertically. A lot of people skip having a soft face, and it all begins there. The softer and lighter your horse is, the more bend and flex they have, the easier maneuvers will be if you have suppleness and body collection. So start with that face, and then make sure that you can do transitions off your body. Post trot, sit jog, high low, slow low, leg laterals, all of those things. Pick up your correct leads in a straight line and circle, loose rein whoa, backing in a straight line, rollbacks, side passing, backing in a circle. Perfect circles, all speeds and sizes. Not only nose in, but nose out exercises, counter bending, all of those things. A lot of my TLC drills incorporate all of that, your dry work and your foundation work. So once a horse can walk, trot, and lope all my drills correctly, one-handed preferred, not always two hands in the bridle, I mix it up. I want to do some in the bridle work because that's what's going to get a horse not to get afraid if you have to get a hold of them to move them over or to help them raid or stopping at the end of the barrel race, control in the alley. So you want them to be good with contact, but you also want them to have control on a loose rein so that you're not micromanaging them all the time. So that's really important. So those are basics that I want in my horses before I ever take them to the barrels. And then I spend a lot of time just walking, post trot, sit jogging the barrels. I do them in sets of 3, and I really show them through repetition and consistency with my body that they always go into these spots, their arc, their entrance, their backside, their exit. There's going to be a place where we rate, there's going to be a place where we turn, there's going to be a place where we drive out. And if you're always consistent with that, when you start loping, it's not going to be any issue whatsoever. I do think it's important to teach them to swap their leads and move over as soon as they leave that first barrel. I like that. But my training is hurry out, easy in, easy around. So that way they're always going to have heart and try. They're going to want to have fun and run out of the turns and relax and be supple in the turns because the pressure is going to back off there and I'm going to let them work. And that's the key. When you start training horses, it's a lot of work on your end. It could be 80% you and 20% them. And then as they get more accomplished, it becomes 60-40. And one glorious day when they're maybe an open horse, it becomes 50-50 and they're more seasoned and all of that. So it's a long process. And when you're a trainer, you see everything. You get horses coming in without basics, so you gotta finish basics. You get horses coming in that have amazing foundations and you just have to pattern them and haul them and exhibition them and start entering them. And everything needs to be done on the pace that the horse can handle it. That I can't stress enough. If you're going off a human calendar, you're gonna probably push them too soon, too fast. I know a lot of people get caught up on calendars, so if you can do what's best for the horse and take your time, it's always better. I see people that colts sit in the pasture till not touched, till they're 3, and they come in wild, and then they shove down 60 days of colt starting in their throat. Never goes well. It's better if you can do small things with them. Shoot, Rocky was being ponied and saddle thrown on him since he was a year old, and so didn't start him under saddle till he was 3, but he had so much ground driving and hauling just to tie to the trailer as a baby that by the time I got on him, it was no big deal. And the only thing that slowed us up on loping the barrels is my hip. I finished his basics, but I've only patterned him 5 or 6 times, and then once I get my hip surgery, I'll get to go ahead and finish him out finally. But he's 6 now, and not due to his fault, but it's just been me and life and all of that.